Have you ever been in that spot where you absolutely have to send something overseas, like yesterday, but then you check the delivery estimate and it's days, or even weeks? It's a super common problem, right? Well, what if the answer wasn't a new courier company, but a totally different way of looking at all the trips that are already happening every single day?
We've all been there. A really important document, maybe a forgotten passport, or a last-minute gift, and it's just stuck somewhere in transit while the clock is ticking. When the usual courier delays are just not going to cut it, what do? What's the alternative?
Well, the answer might not be a new delivery service at all. Instead, it's about a smarter way to connect people. The whole idea is to tap into the thousands of international flights that are already taking off around the world every single day.
And that's where AirDlivers comes in. The concept is actually really simple when you think about it. Connect people who need to send something urgently with travelers who are already flying to that exact destination and, have a little extra room in their suitcase. It's basically a person-to-person solution for a huge global logistics problem.
Now, it's really important to understand this isn't a delivery company in the way we usually think of one. It's more like a secure digital meeting place. It's a platform built from the ground up to safely connect senders with travelers who've already been verified.
So, to really get how this all works, we need to look at both sides of the journey. The whole platform is designed to be a win-win for both the person sending the item and the person who's traveling.
So on one side, you have the senders. For them, it's all about speed and getting something there when it absolutely has to be there. And for travelers, well, it's a way to make use of that empty space in their luggage and help someone out. It's a really straightforward kind of symbiotic relationship.
And what you get from this is a real community-driven network. The big goal is to have actual people connecting with each other to solve these little logistical puzzles, which could make the whole process of global delivery a lot more efficient and, honestly, more personal.
Of course, for any peer-to-peer system like this to actually function, two things are absolutely non-negotiable. You need speed and you need trust. But the platform's philosophy argues that one of those is way, way more important than the other.
And this quote right here, it really says it all. I mean, speed is what gets you interested in the first place, but the entire system would just fall apart without a really strong foundation of trust and safety between users who, at the end of the day, are strangers.
So how is that trust actually built into the system? Well, first off, every single user is reportedly verified by an administrator. All the back and forth happens inside a secure in-app chat, so your personal contact info is protected. And, this is a big one, the platform itself doesn't touch the payments. That keeps the financial stuff private, just between the two people involved.
This tagline pretty much nails the core idea. It's promising the speed that you might not get from traditional couriers, but it's combined with a layer of security that you just wouldn't have if you were making an informal deal with a total stranger.
And that focus on privacy is a huge part of building trust. The whole point is to keep your communication and your personal details locked down inside the platform. It's all about making that connection possible without you having to give out your private information. Okay, now we need to talk about a really critical distinction in how this service works. It's so important to understand what AirDroppers actually is, and maybe even more importantly, what it isn't. The company is super clear on this. It's a communications platform, not a courier. What does that mean? It means AirDlivers doesn't own any planes, it doesn't have a fleet of trucks, it doesn't employ drivers. Its only job is to provide the secure tech that lets users find each other and talk. It's a facilitator, not a full-on delivery service. So what does that mean in the real world? It means the platform never physically touches your package. It never processes your payment. All it does is make that verified introduction. From that moment on, all the coordination, the pickup, the drop-off, that's all handled directly between the sender and the traveler. And this distinction really shapes the whole experience. It basically breaks down into 3 simple stages. First, you connect with someone through the secure platform. Second, you two coordinate all the delivery logistics on your own. And all of this is built on that third point. The process only works because both of you have been verified before you even start talking. So what does all this add up to? Well, the source material calls it a new standard for delivery coordination. It's a potential shift away from these massive, impersonal systems towards a model that actually empowers you, the individual, to connect directly with others. And the value for both sides is crystal clear. For the person traveling, the idea is to travel smarter, to make your journey more efficient. For the person sending, the goal is to send safer, to have a fast and trustworthy alternative for those really urgent deliveries. The bigger vision here is about more than just packages. It's about reimagining all these existing travel routes as one giant, interconnected logistics network.
all while making sure that the safety of the people involved is always the #1 priority. So this leaves us with a pretty big question. As technology makes it easier and easier for us to connect with people all over the world, could community-driven platforms just like this become a real mainstream alternative to traditional global shipping? The potential is definitely there, but you can bet the challenges are too.